broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Do you hear that music?
I do!
That's the music of a man who just returned on Thursday night!
Thursday night SmackDown on UPN?
Not UPN.
Oh!
Not
sorry.
UPN, not quite.
Mild flashback.
It's alright. But SmackDown is back on Thursday nights. New night, new set. I even got a new shirt.
I see that.
Oh, thank you.
I'm wearing my Hectic Hobo shirt.
You are.
Because I like the band.
They are a nice band as well.
They're a good band.
Welcome to SmackDown AfterBuzz, everybody. I am Christian Rosenberg. As you're hearing that lovely voice, Corey is under the weather, but that's not Corey under the weather. That's just our good buddy, the Hobo.
Yes. I mean, honestly, she probably sounded exactly like me. I don't understand why she's here right now. She missed a hell of an opportunity. Instead, you got this voice now in your ear, in your face, talking to you about SmackDown.
I do, and right next to you, Rome.
Do you want to get in on this?
Rome had a function to attend tonight, so we're placing Rome, your other counterpart for NXT AfterBuzz. It's the Soapbox Mark Donica.
Holy crap. Sorry, everybody. I was just playing WWE Immortals, now available on the App Store for iPhone and I think Android too.
Oh, how is it, sir?
It's actually really fun. If you played the Injustice mobile game, it's essentially the exact same thing, just with the WWE skin. A lot of fun. I actually was just playing it, and I apologize.
I saw you punch Trish Stratus.
Right, yeah, I Superman punched Trish Stratus.
So the game is more Attitude Era.
Oh, it's definitely Mortal Kombat, but with WWE folk. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
It's fun to be doing SmackDown again,
isn't it?
Yeah, you caught us on a good night.
I mean, we were just doing the NXT.
Same thing. I was actually in your chair. It feels weird being on this side.
Doesn't? You kept us warm.
Yes. Yeah, with the hour we were watching SmackDown, I kept it warm.
Well, you warmed it up for whoever came in.
You have some magical powers to do that.
I have a
Your
magical
rear has heat.
ass. Okay.
All right. So before we get,
we'll get to that later.
Before we get into our first Thursday night SmackDown, we got to talk about the big story of the week. Obviously, I talked about it on the Raw AfterBuzz, but obviously the biggest news in wrestling over the last 7 days is Macho Man Randy Savage finally entering the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I dig it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Now, my one question is, the only thing people have been going nuts about on Twitter, besides the fact that they're ecstatic that he's finally getting in,
including me,
including both of us,
is Hulk Hogan is the one that is going to be inducting Macho Man, and a lot of people are not happy with that.
I'm not so hot on that.
Why is that?
Because when unfortunately the Macho Man passed on, the first thing that Mr. Terrible Lad did was get on the TV and start talking about what a not so great guy Randy Savage was. And I really thought that was a move in poor taste, and I have not forgotten that because it really wasn't too terribly long ago. So I don't feel that he is the person to induct Randy Savage into the Hall of Fame.
Who would induct him?
His brother. Lenny
Poffo.
But then who would accept the award?
Lenny Poffo.
So Lenny would do the induction and then do the acceptance speech?
Yes, it would be both. It would be going over Macho Man's life, his career, and I think that's better because then you get a double block of. Instead of having one person talk about him ad nauseum, and especially with what Hogan's colorful comments after his passing, you get more time of getting to hear a family member talk about somebody that everybody loves. You get a different perspective of that man, as well as it makes you feel it. I don't know. I think everybody could be at peace, so to speak.
Randy was so much about family. That was the conditions under which he really wanted to go into the Hall of Fame. It wasn't just him being inducted, it was his entire family being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That's why it hasn't happened.
Right. But I think that's what you need in this instance, because he was so hot on Family, you have his brother do the majority of the heavy lifting in the induction.
Well, I would think, and I would also hope that whatever Hulk Hogan says is fairly brief, and then Lenny gets lots of time. I'm still on Lenny to do obviously the acceptance. I would be much more on board if Ricky Steamboat presented it.
That would be nice.
Instead of Hogan in that regard.
Either way, the whole thing that's been rubbing me the wrong way up until recently, Lanny came out and said that it's about time. Fans deserve it. Randy deserves it. So he was okay with it. So that made me still kind of okay with it. Yeah. But the fact, I would like that a lot. But the fact that they haven't advertised that at all, if this is for the fans know that Macho Man wanted to be inducted with his family. Mm-hmm. So saying that his brother would be accepting the award on his behalf, they don't usually do that with family. They didn't say Paul Bearer will be accepted by his sons. They don't usually do that. But in this case, if it is really because the fans have wanted it and Randy deserves it, then yeah, Hulk Hogan is going to be inducting him, and it will be accepted by Lanny Poffo.
Will this close the Hall of Fame this year? Because I don't think it will.
Depends. I mean, who else could they induct this year? That would be, let's say, more of a draw. Well, I don't like that term.
I know. I don't like it either. And there arguably cannot be anyone. The only person that I could think possibly would be Rock. But that's a different discussion for a different day.
No,
that's different discussion for a different day. The problem is they never have someone who's passed away go last.
That's why you do it with Hogan, and then Hogan it kind of ends it on a positive note, but it's still not.
Because Hogan's going to get the big pop. It just is. You can't stop it unless you anesthetize the audience. They'll go crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what that was, but one more quick question on this topic, and then we'll get moving to the next big story that actually was released today. Every year, they really only induct one person who's passed away. Because this year is Macho Man, do you think they will also induct Elizabeth this year? I really hope so.
Wonderful. And you want to talk about somebody else who deserves it. The person who made female valets just up to a different level.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, she's hot. But for Elizabeth, it was like, that's a classy lady.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful
was
woman.
What she was.
She was elegant, classy, beautiful.
Else, all those other girls can mix it up. There was something delicate about her. Mm-hmm. Fragile almost. You worried for her in the grand scheme of everything. And when she was knocked off the ring apron, my God, it was like JFK getting shot.
Yeah. No, Elizabeth had as much to do with the whole Mega Power storyline as Randy and Hogan. So I think that would be nice, because they usually do one diva or one female wrestler, excuse me, or a female competitor.
And usually one person pass away.
I don't think it would be odd. I think it would fit if they did
want it to happen.
That would. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Who would accept for her though?
Who would accept for her? Some family member.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, we would love to hear
Hogan, and then in the grave, Macho Man would be like, I see the lust in your eyes, yeah. Even after I'm gone.
Okay.
Well, we would love to hear what...
Let's bring up the appeal of a zombie Macho Man.
We love to hear what you guys listening and watching live on YouTube at home like to say. Leave us comments in the chat on iTunes and all that fun stuff. Of course, you can always tweet us, because we got still about 8 more weeks, so there's going to be a lot more Hall of Fame talk between now and then.
There's going to be a lot of WrestleMania talk.
There will be. Yeah. But another big story that just happened today, USA announced that Tough Enough is coming back.
Should I submit an application?
Yeah, you should. Yes, you should.
Oh, gosh.
Get Hobo on Tough Enough. I want that to trend.
Make it
That's
happen.
a pretty long hashtag.
Hobo on TE.
No.
Hobo is tough enough.
There you go.
That's
Find the hobo work.
What?
No.
No.
Didn't even hear you.
I just say #Hobo is tough enough. I like that one better.
Tough enough.
Hobo is tough enough.
Hobo
it's going to be a new
TE.
It's going to be. They're saying a new format.
That
whatever that means.
Says Hobo Forte.
Yeah.
Hobo Forte.
Yeah, wrestling is his forte.
This is my forte.
So what do we think of the fact that Tough Enough's coming back to the USA Network? Not necessarily to the WWE Network, but on USA.
Like the rumors,
That's actually bigger.
yeah.
That's a bigger deal than it just being on the network.
the rumors for it coming back on the WWE Network, been ever since the network launched. Like, oh, that's a perfect place to put it. But the fact that it is on USA, I wonder what it was. I wonder if it was reworking the show style, or
Honestly,
if it was like marketing.
I remember the show being just a really hot topic. I mean, just the way it was as it was really hot.
Season 1 just came on the network itself now,
Yeah, that
so
was
it was like,
probably some
ooh,
promo.
excellent.
Oh,
Little Josh Matthews.
I love that show, and I
love
still
it, too.
I still love the season 1 winning song, which ended up becoming Maven's theme song.
One of my all-time
I
favorite
flippin'
wrestling themes was Maven's
love
theme
that
song.
Yeah.
So good, just makes you feel good about yourself, and like, I can do anything. I can eliminate the Undertaker. Well, now I could probably, but I love him. I love him.
Funny.
It's not.
I hope somehow someone told him to listen to this episode and he heard that.
We're gonna see him at WrestleMania, and he's gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
Hey man, I remember you. It's me, Mark. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was gonna shake your hand, but I'm gonna punch you.
Actually,
I'd take it. I'd take the shot.
Wait, we're both named Mark. Don't do it.
No, his name is The Undertaker. You fool. This guy doesn't know a thing about wrestling.
What if he's in shirts and pants?
That's why we need for him to prove that he's tough enough.
Right. Because I'm not
Hashtag-
proving that already.
No. Hashtag-
not nearly.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just a
at all.
championship wrestling for Hollywood Heritage Champion or anything.
Yeah.
Spit shine.
This means nothing.
No.
Nothing. It's
No.
just the most
Hey, you
beautiful belt
got a
I've ever
retired
seen.
guy in the front. What does that mean?
Actually, they're all retired now.
well,
A couple of them are dead.
On that wonderful note, now let's get into the actual SmackDown show, shall we?
Hall of Fame.
Zombie elbow drop.
So, the show.
Crack into a human skull. Dig it.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss Roman Corey.
You wanted this.
This is the madness.
I can go back to playing WWE Immortals, available now for free on the iOS, iTunes Store, whatever. Shut up.
I love how you're telling yourself to shut up.
That's good.
Dan O'Brien kicks off the show. We're Thursday nights. Dan O'Brien is back
Yeah, with Brian Saxton in the ring.
with Byron Saxon.
I said Byron.
Dan O'Brien.
Byron.
it's
Byron
Byron.
Sexton.
I ship it.
The third.
It's my OTP.
Anyone find it weird that SmackDown is making this big jump to Thursday and it starts off with the commentator that some people are starting to get to know in the ring?
I think that's great for Byron Saxton.
I think it's fantastic for him, but I think some of the casual fans will be like, well, where's Michael Cole?
I think it's Michael Cole.
I don't think
Michael
casual
Cole
fans
and
are
Jerry the
like-
King Lawler want to sit down. Let the kid do the leg.
No, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying I was surprised by that.
He's fine. Actually, he was a ring announcer in NXT for a while.
And he does the interviews in the back, so it's not too weird of a thing to see. If he was brand new, like if it was JoJo, who's just been kind of getting her feet wet at NXT, then I would be weird. But
Byron's a good all-around personality. He does pretty much everything.
yeah,
Yeah. Dan O'Brien pretty much doing kind of what the theme of the night was, talking about how they're going to win the Royal Rumble. That was the theme for tonight, so we know it's going to be the theme for next week as well.
he went a step further though. We sort of got kind of the first interview. He was talking about how Byron asked him about how he felt about Kane and how being a former member, like a tag team champions with him and tag team partners with him, he was a friend, turned on his friend. But Brian, he's back. He proved the doctors wrong. They said he was never going to wrestle again. But he's proved it to himself. He wants to prove it to the people watching at home, the people in the stands. He's going to win tonight.
Even
he's going
us?
to win the Rumble.
Even us.
Yes, all of us.
Yay.
We're fans. He's going to win tonight. Going to win at the Royal Rumble, but he went the extra mile and said then he's going to win at WrestleMania. Everybody's only thinking about the Rumble. They're not even thinking about.
It's a big picture.
Yeah, no. He's like, I don't give a damn. He's got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to beat him.
I mean, he's a guy who's beaten the odds before, and he could do it again. But most guys are stuck on the Royal Rumble. It's an enormous event. The competition in that event alone is just staggering. You're lucky to even get in it, let alone
Win
it.
Yeah. I mean, just some of the names that we know already are in it. You got Reigns, you got Ambrose, you got Wyatt,
Rusev.
you got Rusev. There's some big boys in that Rumble.
This is not going to be easy
No.
by any measure. So I don't blame guys but for saying, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. Forget WrestleMania right now. You've got to focus on what's in front of you at the moment. The obstacle at hand is the Royal Rumble.
Well, the obstacle at hand for Dan O'Brien tonight was Kane.
Corporate Kane.
Corporate Kane.
His alternate costume. He's got
alternate costume.
like the demon spawn, then just regular Kane, and then corporate Kane.
This is just-
You have to beat the boss 3 times on hard in order to unlock corporate Kane.
Just to remind you that corporations are evil. He's a
hate
man.
it
He's
so
a
much.
monster that works for the man. Corporations are evil, kids.
What is he, an embezzler?
Yeah, sure.
He's a corporate monster. He's insider trading. He just hasn't gotten caught yet.
Yes.
It's like a Watergate thing, but it worked.
So what do we think on this match? We've seen Dan O'Brien versus Kane countless times.
Yes,
we knew this was going to be his first
That's
match,
why
but
I
it
think
made
it's
sense.
good to see him come back and fight.
Yes.
That's the one
No, it
thing
made
I'm positive
sense.
about
They
this.
were tag team partners together. They are on the outs and have been on the outs for some time. I think this was perfect.
I wish Shelby made an appearance.
Dr.
Shelby.
Yes.
Just like, surprise! No, he's going to be the surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble this year. Kane and D-Bry are going to be out, and then it's like, Dr. Shelby? What the hell?
That's really not a good idea. I can imagine him just getting tossed out of the ring and just landing on the top of his head.
Oh, actually reminded me of something that we didn't see tonight, which is weird.
I don't know what that means.
Someone die?
No, we didn't see the Ascension tonight.
Oh, yeah.
No, they were on
just-
main event this past week.
Who did I find on main event?
Some jobbers.
Oh, sure.
Local guys.
Local boys.
Local guys.
Oh yeah, and I watched that actually. It was pretty brutal. It's pretty messed up.
They're
But yeah, what do you think of the
Super
match?
tiny. It was good. We noticed that Daniel Bryan has tweaked his fighting style.
Only a little.
Only a tiny bit, and really only if you think about it. There's a lot less high impact stuff, high impact bumps. He, like, when he went for the top rope, like usually the cycle of spots is he would go for the front drop kick and land
Missile front drop kick.
yeah, and he went for crossbody instead. And that's
It
like
worked just as well.
Yeah,
It's just you're going to use a different set of
You're
moves.
just not falling on your upper back, shoulder, and neck.
Right, you're not limited. Let's say limited, but you're using different things.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, let's say Ric Flair wouldn't be Ric Flair if he didn't break his back.
yeah.
It's just changing styles a little bit.
It's true.
Still, every single bump was just god. Let's not talk about Flair.
Well, hey,
But so interesting to see him change the style a little bit, but still same old Daniel Bryan.
Same.
Didn't miss a beat.
No, crowd still just as hot.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
He works. I like his style a lot. He does a lot of the striking, a lot of the leg strikes, and then he'll follow it up with some high intensity full body blows. Very good.
But then he had to deal with the most intense, most jacked security team in the history of the world.
Is that what the J's stand for? Jacked and jacked security?
Yes.
Yes.
Jacked and jacked
I haven't
security.
watched main roster in a while. Things are changing.
Underneath
Yeah.
that suit, man, pure muscle.
Former Cruiserweight champion
as
Jamie
steel,
Noble.
Pure
sexy
fail.
Former tag team champion Joey Mercury.
Yep.
They get involved.
As
And
they always do.
and the bell rings. And we're like,
Disqualification.
aww. And
Just as it was about to get the ass lock on.
What a way to start the show.
Just about.
but that leads to
Teddy Long. No, sorry. Again, I haven't
Teddy
watched it in a
Too
while.
long, descending from the rafters.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan walks up the ramp and gets at and the authorities are like, we're gonna beat you up, but nope. It was Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose join him up on the stage, and H makes a 6-man tag for later the night.
so Triple H played the role of Teddy Long this evening.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he would throw in a reference though.
He did once before.
Yeah, he did it once, but it was still just like I think the problem is he started realizing, oh yeah, we do this a lot on SmackDown. So he's like, I can't do it every time, or people will learn.
So Triple H then announces for the main event of the night it will be Dan O'Brien, Roman Reigns, and
Ambrose.
Ambrose, thank you.
You're welcome.
Versus the Authority members Kane, Seth Rollins, and Big Show.
Sweet.
Then we get a Bray Wyatt promo. Again, pretty much talking about how he's going to win the Rumble.
Yeah, but in the
Head is
Bray Wyatt
smoking.
stuff.
Have you noticed that?
No,
For the
like,
first
yeah.
time, his freaking head is like smoking. Like
like
on fire.
Maybe he's doing what like the bald football players do, like, when they're in some
it's
like
super cold and
super cold, and they have the helmet on and it's covered in sweat. They take the helmet off, you see the steam come off their head.
They must
flaming
have been
helmet
warming
in
up
Halo.
like crazy. I don't know how cold it gets in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Well,
but
he might have been in the
was-
freezer.
Like his hand was like he was on fire. It was awesome. I want to do it.
No, but
Do it.
Like his
Yeah.
the thing about Wyatt
Hobo's
is,
tough enough to do it.
well, Wyatt's promos, while they're all holy crap, don't do it. Stop.
I think Hobo had a
We're almost
I wanted to
there.
pick it up on Mike.
Hobo almost popped a vein in his forehead. But go on,
trying
Mark.
Yeah,
to
that's pretty
smoke.
gross. Wyatt makes every promo different. He may be talking about the same thing, but he makes everything different. And every other promo tonight sounded exactly the same. I'm going to win tonight, and I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. And crazy. But Bray was like, his first words of this promo were, "I am an ideology." And that makes you go, how are you an ideology? Go on. I want to hear it. I want to listen.
Wouldn't it be ideologist?
No, he is an ideology. I am the poison.
Yeah.
He is Batman.
He son of a jerk. Okay, he is the poison that society thinks exists in the world, and when he wins the Royal Rumble, the world is going to crack, and he's going to seep through and infect it and prove everybody right.
He's the ooze.
Yeah.
He's the secret of the ooze.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God! I have a news. Secret entrant into the Royal Rumble match.
You can't throw
that
him
was
out.
a
He
different
just keeps
kids
slipping
movie
through
reference.
your fingers.
Yeah. And making terrible jokes. But that's for you kids out there. That's for you 20-somethings out there.
Grown-ass people.
Damn it.
Rome,
but yeah.
Corey, where are you?
Cesaro's hot. How's that? He wasn't even on the show tonight, but I'm going to talk about him.
You gotta shave half your hair off now.
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not Cesaro.
No.
No, Corey shaved half her head.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's
I'll
got
do
the Skrillex.
I'll do it, or it'll happen naturally up front.
There you
But
go.
Shave half.
like that's the thing. Did I do this wrong?
Reverse mohawk.
But that's the thing about Bray is this promo was different. It was grabbing. It was engaging, and that's you can't start with a Bray Wyatt promo and expect anybody else to live up to it.
So many wrestlers just do wrestler promos, and I don't do that myself.
No.
I don't understand it. Like, don't ever start a promo with, "Well, you know something." Don't ever say that.
Let me tell you
Don't ever
something.
say
I was
that.
just
Let me
gonna say
tell you
that.
something. Don't ever say that.
Well, you see,
You start off with a statement. Literally everything that comes after, "Let me tell you something," just start with that. And literally, if he could have, Bray Wyatt could have said, "Let me tell you something, I'm an ideology." If you just cut that first
Less
part off, you
interesting.
got it.
less interesting.
No joke. I have at promo classes that I've taught. I have told the students, you're going to cut a promo. If at any point you say, "Well, you know something, or let me tell you something," you're starting over. I don't care
Yeah.
where it is in the promo. You're starting right
that's
back in the
good.
beginning. You're not using those words.
No, nobody's allowed to. Not unless you live in a time warp. Like if you're maybe
even-
Jay Lethal, you can do that, but nobody else.
Can he accept the award?
Maybe he can accept everybody's reward, man. Just come
Like-
out there. Have you seen his new shirt? It's Grand Theft Gimmick.
Is that right
Find
next
it,
to, is that right next to
ProWrestlingTees.com.
your store at ProWrestlingTees.com, Hobo?
Not in my store. My store is ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo, where you can find a whole bunch of shirts, including this one right here.
I'm wearing it, not him. That's the thing, audio
We're
listeners.
friends.
I wear his merchandise.
I gave it to him for free.
I want a free one.
Too bad. I already got it. I got the free one.
You get one.
wife
Everyone
didn't
gets
get one.
one.
I got
free
one.
6-person tag.
Not everybody buy it.
6-person tag match. The Usos and Naomi teaming up against Miz, Mizdow, and Alicia Fox.
I didn't even write Miz. I just wrote down Mizdow and Alicia.
I did too.
Miz was there too, by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, Ms. Dow, it's a team.
purportedly.
six-person tag matches, when you have, the two divas, they're always just like, but this one was a lot of fun. I thought this was a very fun match.
The girls brought it tonight. I'm
They
very
did.
satisfied.
Naomi
with
and
this.
Alicia are two of the best that they have in the Divas division. And the fact that they're away from the Divas Championship is weird.
Maybe they should come on down to NXT. I mean,
Alicia has. Naomi would be great
Come on
down
down,
there.
Naomi.
That would be awesome. No,
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Naomi ever since the Funkadactyls started wrestling.
Why does she still have their music?
Because nobody else has it.
But she should I still think of Brodus Clay whenever I hear that
Hey,
music.
You should not.
Fuck
You
is
should
on
have
a roll.
Yeah, I
is
know.
a-
I need
took me
Naomi to
by
have her.
surprise for a second. I was like, not tonight. This isn't even our show. You can't do that.
Naomi
I'm
needs
a
her own
little
music. Be like, oh, Naomi's coming.
Well, you got that association with Brodus Clay and the Funkadactyls, so then when Clay was gone, then it sort of remained. It was weird when Woods had it,
Xavier.
and then the
yeah.
Funkadactyls had it, like after they split, and it was like, well, why is that a thing? But for this, it still works because it still gets everybody up off their feet. You still kind of move for some reason.
It's a funky song, man.
Yeah.
You want to move to a funky song. Funky's on a roll.
Stop it.
What?
Stop, you're messing
So,
with me.
so like we were saying, Alicia and Naomi definitely on their game tonight. Really fun match, and Miz pretty much uses Mizdow as a decoy. Pushes
That's
him into
literally what he's there for.
He's a stunt double.
That's what he
Pushed
is.
him into a super kick, and then Skull Crusher finale, and Mizdow and Alicia picked up the wins, and Alicia got a boot to the face as Miz rolled out of the ring.
He was about to step on her head. I think he missed, like,
Ring
just
awareness.
barely.
Ring awareness includes.
She was hiding under the ring apron. I would have done the same thing. You don't hide there. You get stepped on.
All right. Yeah, this is fun.
I was waiting for some incredible insight from Mark there. It was like, that was fun.
The Usos were the Usos. What can we say about the Usos that haven't been said already?
Well, I've been noticing something the whole time about the Usos is their ring presence is unique. Is it the Union?
No, this is my theme music. When Steven engineers, he likes to play. This is my AfterBuzz theme music. Whenever I'm the predictions champion, although I haven't had that title in over a year.
Oh, look at that.
But usually when I have it, I then listen to the music, and then I pose as he raised the volume, like so. There you go.
Grand Theft gimmick.
He's a man. He's a man's man.
That's the most general statement. I am a man.
I'm a man's man.
Man's man.
That's it. The Usos' ring presence is unlike any other team, and they own the ring. They're so comfortable that it's hard not to get involved in one of their matches.
I mean, they were pretty much raised in a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they have the timing down. They know exactly when somebody's going to be off of the rope, where they can add a little bit of their own flavor, a little couple of moves and shakes here, and they own it. And it's hard to not. I feel bad that there aren't enough tag teams for them to cycle through. Like their thing with Mizdow right now is great. After that, is it going to be? Hopefully, it's the Masters of the Universe.
For me, it's a little thin. The whole thing they're working on's a little thin.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they should be able to.
Well, they've turned into the tag team version of John Cena.
Kind of.
But
In terms of the family friendliness.
In terms of family friendly, the bright colors, they are practically unbeatable. They all did lose tonight, but thanks to like the kind of the decor.
Better at what they do.
I know, but I'm just talking about as far as
I don't want to be that guy.
No,
but I'm going to be that guy right now.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. To me, that's kind of what it was, because there was a while where the Usos were coming out to help Cena when he was feuding with Wyatt
Oh, I
last year.
remember that, yeah,
and
yeah.
that kind of, to me, made them, all of a sudden now the Usos have bright shirts too. That's weird.
Well, they've had bright shirts. It's the Samoan gimmick.
Right.
And the face paint.
But they they have had the face paint, but the bright shirts really started coming when they started helping Cena.
Well, yeah, no, they're super kid friendly. But
yeah.
the difference between them and Cena is the moveset.
Well, naturally.
If they were
the
two
high flying Samoan.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
you
Well,
don't
of
get
course.
that at all.
If there were two 6'4" dudes where their special move was like a double vertical suplex, and it was very cut and dry.
What year is this?
I'm not saying the move set is the same as Cena.
No,
No,
but that's the sort of one of the biggest complaints.
The only thing you're saying is the same is the color. And that's about it. There's not a whole
That's the
hell
only
of a lot
similarity.
that
Is they're kid
blends.
friendly and they have the bright colors. That's the only similarity that I would say. But and they're always good.
But
guys.
they didn't win tonight.
No, they did not win
They did not win
tonight. They did not win tonight. But it was your classic mid-card titles not on the line, so the champion lost.
Right. Pretty much.
Which you wouldn't see on NXT. You can see Wednesday nights on the WWE Network.
You can. I'm actually probably going to watch it when I get home. I haven't
should.
gotten a chance to see it yet.
And if you have watched NXT, hopefully you were at our live recording, 6 p.m. Thursday nights. Thank you for supporting
Pacific
me
time.
in this, hobo.
But it was
What?
Pacific time.
Yeah.
Or if you weren't able to watch
If
it,
you're watching
watch it
SmackDown,
live.
shame on you.
Wow! And you will never be invited back.
Yay, we burned a bridge!
Let's talk about Roman Reigns' promo just for a minute, because that's about as long as it was.
Can we talk about it for 20 seconds?
All right, go.
He
I got
moved
nothing.
his lips. He's trying to be his cousin,
And he's going to win the Rumble. That was his promo.
I'm gonna win tonight. I'm gonna win at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He's
All right.
getting better. I'll say this for him. Everybody who complains about him cutting promos, he's getting better. He's putting in the work. He sounds like The Rock, which, I mean, early Rock, not like now
The
Rock.
Rocky Maivia.
The Rocky Maivia Rock.
Rocky Maivia.
I can completely hear that.
Yes. So it did take
Sounds
a while.
like like a biker dude being asked to have like a Canadian gimmick and be too nice. It's like it's this tall dude. He's a knockout with the ladies. The ladies swoon
He's got
over him.
them blue eyes.
But then he's just given like, I'm gonna kick your buttocks and you're gonna go down and I'm gonna beat you clean in the ring. 1, 2, and 3. I'll apologize to you, sorry, and maybe we can go out for a Labatt Blue afterwards. No hard feelings, eh?
So it's a combination of The Rock and jumping Jeff Farmer.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
really saw that before.
That's a combination right now.
you jump for the Superman punch, don't you?
You're so good at that.
Sorry.
That leads us
it's a
to
gift and a curse.
what I found extremely entertaining, yet lots and lots of questions. Paul Heyman.
That
So
was
first off, Paul Heyman is like practically running to the ring, like,
as fast as a walrus can run.
and one thing that I don't think we talk about with Heyman, as much as we always talk about him and love what he says and how he delivers his promos, is the fact this dude was like practically running down like he could, and he's talking, he's yelling, he's moving fast, not winded at all for a man his size. Like he was just going.
Size.
Yeah, well, man like my size.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
a
mean,
little bigger than you.
well, I'm also taller.
All right, you're his size. Are you happy now?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Go-
I wanted to compare myself to Paul
dominate your
Heyman.
box
I wanted to
of
compare
hostess.
myself to Paul Heyman.
Okay.
Now, and everyone in the chat roll hates me now. But
Do they? Yes, they do.
but no, I just find it. I just noticed that when he was like yelling and talking really fast and moving around the ring, the guy didn't sound like he was ever out of breath.
Oh, but he's a talker. Like in real life, he's a talker. So if he's got practice at anything, it's how to breathe and talk and probably chew gum at the same time.
Talked his way out of an ass whooping.
He did.
Curb
tonight.
stomping.
He did.
That wouldn't be the first time for him. That's for sure.
Yeah, Heyman's talking about how Lesnar's pissed off based on what Rollins did on Raw. He is then interrupted by Seth Rollins, who admits he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar. And Rollins said, "Screw it. I'm cashing in tonight. Where's Brock Lesnar? I want Brock Lesnar here on Thursday tonight." And the crowd's like, "Yay, huh?" Why was Rollins doing this?
Situationally, he's a good guy because nobody likes Brock Lesnar, but sure as hell nobody likes Seth Rollins.
At the same time, I think what they were going for was the sort of thing where everybody knows that Lesnar isn't there. So by Seth going, you know what? Yeah, like Heyman brought it up. Of course, when he's not here, you're going to say that you can beat him up. So it's like, yeah, sure, yeah, you know what? I'm going to cash it in my briefcase. Like being the jerk that's like, you know what? Yeah, I am tough. Look at me. Everybody look at me. I'm tough. He's not here. I'm still tough. Like he seems like a coward still.
But then how do you explain the cheers when Rollins threatened to curb stomp Heyman?
Well, I mean, that's because everybody.
There's a hierarchy. People like Seth Rollins the way he moves and things.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Paul Heyman for the things that he says, and nobody likes Brock Lesnar for what he's doing. So there's this hierarchy. Conditionally, when Seth Rollins is compared to Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, people like Seth Rollins more. So people are going to be inclined to cheer at least a little for Seth Rollins when he says he's going to beat up Paul Heyman. But nobody really wants it because they don't like him anyway, so they're all kind of confused.
Yeah, see, I was all ready for Cena to somehow come out and interrupt this
No
promo.
Cena tonight.
And no Cena on the premiere of Thursday Night SmackDown.
Which is an interesting move.
Yeah.
Just thought about that.
But yeah,
Maybe I'm
Rollins...
not wanting him to step on
Dana Bryan's night?
Yeah.
That could make sense, too. Yeah. But Rollins pretty much threatening Paul Heyman, and because he's pretty much saying, if I take you out, then all at Royal Rumble is the brawn and no brain.
Master Blaster.
His whole speech, his whole promo just there was like, okay, and why are you not a face?
Yeah.
Like,
It was all tremendously interesting. I just don't necessarily understand any of it.
It was
Yeah,
just
in
like,
terms of what
why
they're trying to sell.
today was this happening?
Right.
I was all for it, but it's just like, we saw what you just did a couple nights ago.
Maybe it's going somewhere.
And Lesnar did not take that curb stop well. He just
Oh no, he did not.
that's why he wasn't working the show, because he's still in the hospital like concussion.
His nose is in the back of his head now.
But then
Didn't have
Heyman
much of one to begin with.
comes back with a very interesting response. Pretty much talking about how, if you want to live up to being the future of the WWE, with all the power that I have been receiving since I've come back, thanks to Lesnar,
Yeah.
the future happens pretty much when I say so. So he can end the future now, or when the time's ready, Lesnar can protect the future.
And again, very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, really interesting. And I'm engaged, but still confused.
Yeah, pretty much like, okay, well, you're just going to sit tight and not win the title until Lesnar feels like dropping it, and then Lesnar will be your Diesel.
Why would they do that?
Now, that's pretty much what Heyman was insinuating.
No, I know.
You don't need them. If you have the beast behind you, you don't even need the authority, and you can be the one in power.
But is this...
Icarus?
Could this be a thing?
No.
I mean, what if...
No.
Uh-oh, Hobo's thinking.
I mean, okay.
Hobo, are you tough enough to think out this promo?
At WrestleMania,
No.
Brock Lesnar loses the title. Seth Rollins comes out and beats whoever won the title to then be the champion. And then he sides with Paul Heyman to fend off.
And Heyman
Any-
uses Lesnar as...
Right. And he'll be
that
like
also-
in his own evil own thing by himself, fending off both the authority and all
comers.
all other comers.
And then with the beast on your side, you can beat anybody.
But then Brock Lesnar's not going to be back.
That's the thing.
Well, no, this was just the point that Heyman was making, which was like, interesting.
But if this
I don't
was-
expect it to happen.
Sorry to keep going back to NXT, but if this was the NXT arena, it would be small enough to hear one person go, "What?" Like seriously, like I'm sure that everybody was confused. But for all of the smarks in that crowd, everybody would just be, "What the hell's going on?" Like they would be cheering for the whole thing.
Well, that's kind of what we were doing too. We were like, "Oh, this is cool," but why?
What?
We're smartasses.
We are.
What? Smarkasses?
Smarkasses.
Coming soon to soapboxcartv.spreadshirt.com.
Smarkasses.
Smarkasses.
Actually, we could do that.
So yeah, we'll see where that goes. More Divas action. Natalya versus Nikki. So our
that
total
what it
Divas
was?
segment for the night.
I'm kidding.
Natalya went for her discus clothesline and was winding up with the right arm, and then it's just like, oh wait, Nikki's on my other side.
crap.
I mean, they made it work fine. It was just like it had like that split second of awkwardness.
I mean, it was just right, left. She just went down all the time. Not much changed.
For all of you flea market fans, that's a solid AO.
Ayo.
It's when you sell the wrong side.
No, I watch it.
You watch Flea Market?
I do.
Good on those guys.
But so then Brie trying to distract Natalya, holding up the title. Hey, look what I have, even though it's not mine.
Look, shiny! Like, that's what that was. That's all that was. Shiny thing!
Well,
like,
maybe
But then Natalya fell for it.
They live with cats. And they like their cats, and cats are distracted by shiny things, so the logic is there. Follow me.
So Natalya did. She followed it. So then Paige, who was ringside with Natalya, just went ahead and slapped.
shot.
It's my shot. They want to see my new shirt.
Shiny.
This
shiny
one?
shirt.
This new shirt
Hobo,
right
stop.
here? Beautiful.
You were told to stop. Steven told you to stop, Hobo. You must stop. So Paige then slaps Nikki while the ref's back is turned because he's distracted by Natalya and
Dirty
Brie.
Steve in the game.
Sharpshooter by Natalya, and the Divas champion taps out to Natalya. And Natalya's beaten the Divas champion a few times over the last couple of weeks, as has Paige. And no title match for Rumble has yet to be announced.
Sounds like a triple threat to me.
Sounds like a Divas Royal Rumble where the winner gets the championship.
Sounds like I want to eat a gun.
Oh my god!
What?
That was maybe a little
Chocolate gun. They sell them
hyperbole.
at the local candy shop.
I don't want to see a Divas Royal Rumble. Let me just say that.
I'll go into your mic to say stop it.
I don't want to see a Divas
Roman Corey, you
Rumble
better be
match.
back next week.
Why?
We'll be here.
Don't want to hear me make threats?
No, I don't.
arms
Get
race.
sweetness? Get sweetness out?
No.
Trigger warning.
Don't test me.
Literally,
No,
stop it.
no, that's a no. Big Show promo.
Crap.
Big Show bragging
insane.
that he knocked out Cena and Reigns on
I'm
Monday
going to
night.
win tonight, and I'm going to win at the Royal Rumble.
That was it.
Except faster. He was talking pretty quick for a big guy.
Yeah, he
because
was
Kane
trying
had
to
to
rush
come
through
out
it.
and be like, well, I'm going to be in the Rumble, and I'm going to win tonight and at the Royal Rumble.
And we're not friends ever, because you're not nice.
And then a
Buffalo.
rematch. A rematch right after that from last week's SmackDown, this time for the Intercontinental Championship.
A match I wanted to see.
Bad News Barrett defending against Sin Cara. Sin Cara looked good.
He always
He looked
does.
great.
He's been
I know
really
that
stepping
sentence
up
doesn't
the
come out of
game.
my mouth very often, but Sin Cara
Well, yeah,
looked
you-
great.
Not
I mean,
many people say it.
you're more used to Mystico. We've been a fan of Hunakara ever since he put on the mask. Ever since he put on the mask, because he's much more solid of a worker. And
Strong, brother.
this program with Barrett hopefully will continue until Ziggler's back, and we can see a stronger contender in Sin Cara, even though he already has a championship at NXT.
Yeah, and so how big would you say Barrett is? 6'6", 6'5"?
No.
I've not met him in person, but he's, I mean,
Maybe 6'5".
6'5",
Reportedly.
250?
He's slimmed down.
He's
He's
slimmed
definitely
down a
slimmed
bit,
down.
but for a big guy, he's pretty well muscled. He's gotta
But
be
for
about that.
but for Sin Cara to literally pick him up from the ground
That rollover powerbomb, dude.
rollover powerbomb, yeah.
Just get a hernia. Like, that's strong, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't look it either. He does not look like he should be that strong, but God help me, he just picked Barrett straight up.
He's got that core.
Something.
Just that's straight from the. You lift from the legs. You got to do that. It was great.
But eventually Barrett winds up for the bullhammer. Sin Cara ducks, goes for a springboard, and gets smacked in the head midair. Barrett
Ragdoll like a
retains.
Gary's Mod character. That was gross.
Yeah.
That's for you kids.
So Wade Barrett
For you kids.
successfully defends the title. Dean Ambrose promo. What did Dean Ambrose talk about?
tonight, and I'm going to win at the Royal Rumble.
That was pretty much it. Yep. That leads to our main event of the evening: 6-man tag: Roman Reigns, Dan O'Brien, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, Kane, and Big Show. I liked Big Show's kind of like an inverted single leg crab on Ambrose, where he was literally just holding him in the air.
Yeah.
That was I loved it.
That's a big man move.
Yeah,
if,
I loved
if he
it.
wanted to, he could have just bent his knees a little and bunked him right on the head. Bunk, bunk.
Yeah,
Stop hitting yourself. Stop falling.
And
Stop falling.
Falling.
and Ambrose did a great job selling a knee. I mean, even like we were laughing when he gave a headbutt, and then he suddenly fell because of his knee after a
It's like,
headbutt.
ow, forgot about you.
The knee is a tricky piece of machinery.
It is.
At any point, it could go out on you. If you just put the weight on it a little bit wrong, it just fall out from under you, and all of a sudden you're in pain, and you're wincing, and you're praying to get to a tag partner.
That's true.
Oh,
He finally makes a tag to that tag partner. One, Dan O'Brien, partner, however you say it. And one thing that we kind of forgot to talk about, how much we miss with Dan O'Brien, is his hot tags. Yeah. Because no one does them better.
no.
And again, nothing changed. Dude's running, clothesline, hit the rope, suicide dive, just going everywhere.
Yep.
And then chaos ensues, as it always does, at the end of a 6-man tag, at the end of a SmackDown.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, right? We have some choke slams, some Superman punches, some. Roman Reigns breaks up a pinfall attempt by Kane, then falls out of the ring and turns into a super kick by Big Show.
Well,
You can even call it a super kick. He
kick.
just kind of like pop.
Well, it hit him in the face.
yeah,
Right,
but it wasn't like a
that's
full
not much of a reach.
extension.
Yeah, for him.
Like Michaels, he would bend all the way. Should have just kind of went pap, and that was it.
Yeah.
Remember like
But
a
still
crescent
just
kick?
like- No.
No.
Croissant kick.
Croissant kick. But
Because
finally,
he's a big guy.
No, because it had a little bit of a bend. You waitest.
What? I'm sure, he likes.
I like what you called, like, I saw the shot of Ambrose waiting to get the tag, and I was like, the jeans, and I thought, oh, it's a run-in. Oh, wait, no, it's just Dean Ambrose. And then you called him the constant run-in.
The
And it's
perpetual
true.
run-in.
The perpetual run-in. It's like, he can run in whatever, and it'll make sense because he's off his rocker.
Right.
And my favorite thing was the over-shoulder shot of the tag. Flippin' loved that. That was great.
I love that, but they never do it on the heel side.
Nope. Why? Nobody's anticipating.
Plus the heels will hit him.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
You get the hell out of my face.
I want to see that.
Put an NXT guy on camera and just get off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dan O'Brien.
Adrian Neville landed on his feet.
Dan O'Brien eventually hits the running knee on Kane, gets the win, celebrating Dan O'Brien's music as SmackDown goes off the air. Lots of yes chants. But then, suddenly interrupted by one Triple H.
Hunter.
And says, hey, next week, you're wrestling Kane again, next Thursday on SmackDown. And if you lose your spot in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, damn it. Garbage.
Yeah. Well, real quick, what would you give match of the night to?
In terms of Usos, the six person
person?
tag. Yeah.
How about what you got?
Barrett Sin Cara.
I was gonna say that, but I like whenever Naomi and Alicia get in the ring and Mizdow and the Usos. There are so many things.
I
wish they give more time to Barrett and Sin Cara. Hopefully, in the
I
future.
like seeing Sin Cara, not live up to his name. Or his butchy history.
Surpass his history.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I get hit in the head a lot.
I agree with you on the Barrett and Carr. To me, that was the match of the night. We got to wrap things up this week, however. Guys, thank you, question mark?
Yes.
For sitting in with us.
No. Exclamation point.
Oh, my wrong piece of punctuation.
There's a thing where it's like a combination exclamation point and question mark. That's us.
Okay. Well,
Isn't it just a question mark?
No, shut up.
how can guys reach out to you? How can fans reach out to you over social media?
Well,
Take your time.
you can find me on
Steven hates
Twitter at TrueHobo. ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo is where you can get a shirt. BoxcarSuperstar.com is my website with everything having to do with me and my silly antics.
Follow me on Twitter at SoapboxMark. Follow the two of us on YouTube at SoapboxCarTV. Get shirts at SoapboxCarTV.Spreadshirt.com. How about you, Christian?
Hey, well, you can follow me on Twitter at Real Rosenberg. And this Sunday in Indio, California, Alpha Omega Wrestling presents Resolution. Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez will be there. Miss Shelly Martinez will be there. As well as being that I'm the owner of the place, I might have gotten an ECW legend to be there as well. But you're going to have to go there to find out. And guess what, people?
You didn't tell us
This
that.
show is absolutely free.
Even I can go. I might just
Hobo
be
can
there.
go.
My God.
If you're in the Indio area, please go Sunday. Hit me up on Twitter for more details. Thanks so much for tuning in. For the Hobo and Mark Donica, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.